Hi diddly ho there. Welcome back to Trailer Trash. And remember, the title's just a joke. When I say trailer trash, I am not referring to the trailers or even the movies for that matter. Those aren't trash. It's actually, in fact, a reference to your host. So let's go ahead and check out. We're going to do 3 today. I'm going to do something a bit different. My formatting's a bit different. You don't get to see my fun desktop images anymore, even though I got a lot of music files there. But Bart as the Nirvana baby, though ironically in this one his penis is tastefully censored, though he has exposed himself in film, which is a very odd thing to say. Anyway, first trailer, Mermaid. So that's it. Let's check it out.
Doug, I gotta let you go, brother.
Why?
Straight up, you've gotten pretty weird, man.
Yo, we need to talk.
It's the ghoul, not the ghoul, but one of that guy from the Fallout TV series, the comic relief. Even though everybody in that stupid show has to be funny, even though it completely destroys any and all tension. But at least that's his job. He's kind of grown on me. I was like, yeah, it's silly, it's dumb, but he's all right. He's an all right character.
You owe me $3,000.
You gotta make it.
A pastel and blood-soaked love letter to Florida. Pastels, really? Okay. I was thinking like maybe neon. I mean, that's pastel, obviously, but like Florida, like 80s kind of look, maybe.
You gotta make a decision right now, okay?
I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't done anything.
Doug, you need some help, man.
What happened, Doug?
Just been a bit of a bump.
Did you know that...
Okay. That quote says it all, right? Don't you want to see the movie now because Tom Segura said, holy shit? Did he say that because the movie was awful? I mean, maybe. I've said that about movies before. So is this like Big Lebowski? He's just like a complete idiot who's in over his head on something, or there's like been a misunderstanding along the way somewhere. Literally had his head dunked in an aquarium. Like, obviously, they're not a golfer, etc., etc.
that the ocean is 71% of the Earth's surface.
It is said that humans have only discovered around 5% of it, which leaves lots of room for imaginations to run free.
Doug.
Daddy, don't go!
No.
Doug.
Why can't you just stay?
Because Daddy's got to go save a mermaid.
Mike's hot. Let's give him a show.
There's nothing else quite like it. See my previous comment, Big Lebowski. So it's a real mermaid. That's an interesting idea, especially I hope we don't actually see it. It was all blurry, and there's kind of like a what if, right? Because he's gotten weird. Drugs, etc., etc. Somehow drug dealing gone bad, maybe. It's Florida.
Gentlemen.
What's that going on with the audio? Is it supposed to sound like that? Imagine Splash combined with Weekend at Bernie's. Roger Ebert. Wait, but you just said... Somebody literally just said, the last quote before this from Film Inquiry, there's nothing else quite like it. Now here's another quote combining 2 movies that it's like. I mean, it's film. It's Hollywood. What do you expect?
Gentlemen, feast your eyes and grab onto your sets. You're about to witness aquatic history.
I have no idea what happens next.
And I have no idea what the hell happened to the audio. Is there supposed to still be music there? That was strange. Something wrong with my speakers, maybe? Yeah, that's cool. I was kind of disappointed. I was hoping for... It's a cool concept. It's an interesting idea. especially if it is going to play into the whole, like, is he just crazy? Is the mermaid thing real? But I guess maybe it is that. There isn't supposed to be like a mystery, a thriller aspect to it. It's literally a mermaid. But the whole drug deal thing, like he's wanted. Well, I guess if they want him to pay a debt, maybe the mermaid is to pay it, but he's going to save it because it got sent to like it's a freak exhibit now. I think I've put together the entire plot just from the trailer, but still, it's it's an interesting mix of genres. I was just kind of hoping for the more, again, that neon. I love that style of like Hotline Miami, like the gay 80s, but just ultra violence. Miami Vice, Grand Theft Auto Vice City, I guess, Vice this, Vice that. Hotline Miami, where it's neon, but it's like drug deals, the seedy underbelly of crime, and just complete and utter chaos and violence, but, with that glowiness to it. I was kind of hoping that was it. That definitely wasn't it, but that was on me for having that expectation for absolutely no reason. It's a movie about a mermaid. Literally called Mermaid, so I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Let's see what the comments have to say. Top comment: I'm a big fan of Johnny Pemberton for many years. I am big fan of Johnny Pemberton for many years. I don't know which one that is. The replies say he was one of the best parts of Superstore before it sucked ass. This person says, what about Son of Zoran? Something like that. Not a cartoon guy, but he's good in Fallout. Okay, so that's the guy from Fallout? Wait, not a cartoon guy. What is Superstore? Okay, Son of Zorn. Oh, that person said not big on cartoons. Yeah, sure. Adventure Time. Who did he voice in Adventure Time? Oh, that's funny. He did a TV series called It's Florida, man. Wait. What? Mermaid 2025? What the fuck? What? It came out a year ago? Wait. I was in the Weird Al Yankovic show with Harry Potter. That's his name. I want to know who he voiced in Adventure Time. I want to guess. Actually, I was just talking to people about episodes of Adventure Time and realized that I stopped. It was still going when I stopped. I thought it was over when I stopped watching it. But no, it was still going. There's a bunch of episodes I didn't know about. They probably suck, but still. Dr. Eagerman from Bob's Burgers. That's cool. It's noteworthy. A lot of good voice actors. A lot of good what's the word? Ad-libbers. as I am obviously not one. A lot of good ad-libbers in those shows. Braco? Yeah, I don't know who that is. Anyway, I got 3 fucking trailers to go through. I gotta stop. Splash Meets Weekend at Bernie's is quite the surreal pitch. I guess. Yeah, I don't know where the Weekend at Bernie's fits in. I guess there's a dead body he's toting around at some point. It did seem like that, actually, in some cases. There's that weird shot. It was too quick. I didn't quite understand what was going on there. Yeah, this. Oh, is that the mermaid? Oh, is he dressing the mermaid up as a person? Oh, that's weird. Okay. If that is what's going on, it's a bit... It actually looks like a cadaver here, but the teeth are kind of fucked up. I don't know. Oh, yeah, what the hell? Tom Segura said, holy shit, apparently, about what? Nobody knows. Yeah, like, it's the most worthless quote you could use. So a mermaid title, yet no mermaids? This trailer wasted my time. I can understand just blink and you miss it sort of thing. Again, I feel because the trailer, it did show a bit more. It showed like the tail, maybe a little bit of face, but like close up and in darkness. So it's also kind of interesting how they seem to treat the mermaids kind of like a horror movie entity as well. At least in those shots, just out of focus and you don't get the full image of it. That's how you should film horror monsters anyway. But again, makes me wonder if it's meant to be like there is no mermaid. He's just insane now. And honestly, I probably do that way too much with these trailers, like assume that there's some sort of like cerebral, thinker type of movie when it's just, it's some people and fart humor or some shit. Not a lot in the comments though, which is fine because we're moving on to the next one. Now, you know how there's a video game that came out called Iron Lung. Markiplier, famous YouTuber, played it, got in touch with the creator, and they made a movie. Big deal, huge deal, massive movie, and probably a better done horror film than a lot of professionals can do. But it says a lot about, and I didn't say this when I did my impromptu review of the movie, but it says a lot about lack of funding and lack of, having just enough people involved and not having too much money to throw at it. That's usually when you get those movies that are well done and well thought out, and every little aspect of it's considered, because it has to be, because there aren't 100 people on set doing their own fucking jobs. There isn't. I mean, it was what, 300 million, 3 million, whatever. But it's not a couple $1 trillion being thrown at it that all has to be used for something, right? Usually those are what I look at it a lot like the video game industry. When you look at the history of the video game industry, the bigger the team didn't necessarily mean the better the outcome, the better the game. And you see a lot of these inspirational stories of like really tiny teams of like 5 inexperienced people who put together like a game that to this day is still talked about and is still beloved. And so it's just like, well, maybe AAA games should dumb down the amount of people involved, should dumb down the amount of money that's getting thrown into these projects, because again, that frees up the creativity. There seems to be a correlation between the amount of budget and the amount of bodies involved and the outcome, right? Anyway, I don't know how I got into that tangent, but Backrooms. Markiplier made Iron Lung. Well, I guess Iron Lung was a video game turned movie. This is a analog horror film, like short series of videos on YouTube turned horror movie. And it was only a matter of time, honestly. I think a lot of people knew that this was going to come about. It was going to happen. Let's check it out. And of course it's A24. Got their hooks into everything.
I found something.
Okay. What did you find?
Found it.
What is that technology? It's like a 3D rendering system. What's that called? But the Backrooms, the guy who made it, don't they name him? I swear in other trailers they name the creator. But yeah, he's famously uses it for the Backrooms series, and it's insane because it's very believable. Maybe that futon, that chair rather, doesn't look quite right. Not because it's sunk into the ground, but it looks fake. But that aspect, that style, is the whole movie going to be like that? Like the series itself? It's fascinating.
Place. It's massive in there. It just goes on and on and on. All these rooms. This place builds, though. Actually, more like it remembers them. And the more times it remembers something, the less it does.
Wait, is there more? But wait, no. Yeah, Scary Movie 6. There's a trailer coming out. That's the thumbnail they picked. I'm curious to know. I don't follow the Backrooms. I haven't followed the Backrooms that well, and I know there are people involved. Like there, you see other human beings in it, and the story kind of revolves around some of these characters. But to my understanding, like it'd have to be like a found footage sort of thing, right? Because it wouldn't quite work if it was, you had cinematic angles, you had the axis of action. The camera is just an invisible entity that you're viewing from, because analog horror is essentially just kind of a different way of doing found footage horror, right? It's you're watching something that was recorded that's occurring naturally, a natural occurring recording. Every shot in analog horror, there's a reasoning behind it. I guess maybe not so much. Maybe some analog horrors don't do that, but there's usually an explanation of this is why you're seeing it. This is why it exists, because somebody put it together. Someone got this footage. Someone else was filming it. Someone else took it from the internet or whatever, from a VHS tape, what have you, and put it on the internet. And that's why you're seeing it. Everything has a reason. Everything has its place in the world the analog horror is set in. So this would have to be 100% like that. Like going to a movie theater to see it, it would have to seem like, Blair Witch Project style, like, somebody whipped up all this footage together and is showing it to the public kind of aspect, right? Because my first thought was like, oh, is somebody going to show up in the trailer? Is there going to be a dude walking around in the hallways? When really, usually the cameraman, is the one walking around the hallways, right? So it'd be very strange to have a movie where it's just various cinematic angles following a person in the back rooms. Like it wouldn't feel natural. But yeah, I'm curious to see where that goes. I don't know if there is a story to the Backrooms. Government conspiracies, maybe. Wasn't it like they discovered it and they're going to use the Backrooms as sort of like an unlimited storage facility, maybe? But as far as like the beings that live in there and the effects being in there has on people is gone untested, and that's like the creep factor of what's in there, like why does it exist kind of thing, maybe. I don't know, it's all speculation. And again, there's the I keep looking back at it because it just baffles the mind. You got just free flowing dildos on YouTube. Anyway, check out the comments. Oh, one comment: it's been 8 months. I check every day news about this movie. Here we are. Liked by box office trailers, box office movie scenes. Let me see if this trailer is somewhere else. Oh, movie trailer. I couldn't find movie trailer source. What the hell? Okay, here we go. Top comment: give the people what they want and they'll go to the movies again. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go break some box office records as we bathe in liminal space horror. I mean, here's hoping it'll be good. Backrooms is a huge thing and people are a huge fan of it. But I wonder how much reach that has, like analog horror even is kind of dying. It's kind of unfortunate, but it's like when the Five Nights at Freddy's movie finally came out, like did people even care about Five Nights at Freddy's anymore? There's still people who hang on. There's people who, re-piques their curiosity if they're into it before, but it's kind of a shame when it's just like, yeah, this was a thing that was big years ago. Here's the movie finally, and here's someone to prove me wrong. I cannot wait. I've been obsessed with the Backrooms for years, and now we get a movie that's in Australia too. I'm so excited. Yeah, much like with Iron Lung, people are very excited for it. And I was saying this before about with Iron Lung, we're like less is more kind of when it comes to production. You actually get that passion into it translates on screen when you have fewer people involved, and maybe that's more work, sure, but that translates onto screen. Also probably has a lot to say when it's just an independent filmmaker who started on YouTube. That probably also says a lot, and people will go see it and love it just because of that. And yeah, 100%, that's amazing. This actually seems terrifying. I never understood liminal spaces. Can I just say that too? Someone else made a comment on here about liminal spaces, and I sort of ignored it, but then it just got me thinking. Or maybe I made that up. I don't see the liminal space comment anymore. Ooh, it fell in the Backrooms, that comment. Or I'm just losing my goddamn mind. But yeah, the whole Backrooms thing was all about liminal spaces, this idea of like photographs, either doctored or not, of places that seem like they should be occupied by people, large places that seem like they should be occupied by people, but they're completely barren and deserted. I don't know about you guys, but that doesn't scare me at all. I find that comforting, Honestly, like 100%. It's like dreams I've had, you know? It's like a dream-like feeling, seeing those liminal spaces images. And it's just like, I don't know, there's something calming about it to me. Is that weird? Am I weird for that? I don't know, maybe. And I get the eeriness. I get how it's strange, especially the heavily doctored images, where it's just like, where is this place? Does this place even exist, kind of thing? But I don't know. It's euphoric in a very strange way. It's euphoric. Maybe I just hate people that much that seeing a large place that's completely abandoned just makes me breathe easy. But yeah, no, it's cool. I may have to catch up on my Backrooms lore, whatever. But yeah, I dug up another trailer just to see what other comments had to say. But yeah, it's mostly just people being like, "Hey, good for Kane Pixels." It's exciting stuff. Now I saved the best for last here. Of course, I'm kidding. I haven't seen any of these trailers yet until just now. This one currently I haven't seen yet, but it's called Pinocchio Unstrung. Yes, that's right. I believe it is in fact a horror movie based on Pinocchio, and about time, right? Like, of all these things, of all these Winnie the Pooh, fucking Bambi, getting all these horror treatments, yeah, Pinocchio, obviously. I don't know if it's like public domain issue, like Steamboat Willie, like Popeye, working on that, and also Bambi. Winnie the Pooh, all that stuff. There's just so many of them now. It's a fascinating beast, these movies that are coming out based on childhood IPs, which is funny because it's not a new thing. Like, for years, people have been pointing out like the real story of The Little Mermaid compared to the cartoon, and how Little Mermaid was dark as shit. The cartoon kind of changed that, and so taking the Disney kid-friendly, fun, fancy-free, that's a different movie, but, you know, fun-loving, colorful dreams and wishes and believing in yourselves and all that crap, and turning it into something dark and horrible. Like, Pinocchio, I feel like it was primed for that. Like, from the get-go, Pinocchio was already kind of a dark film, honestly. Just the idea of it, just the concepts of, well, I guess it's mainly just the children turning into donkeys was really fucked up. But, you know, the idea of a child of innocence and trying to grow and learn in the world, but the world is just constantly fucking with them. Yeah, it's already kind of a adult story in a sense, in an ironic sense. So yeah, horror movie Pinocchio. Anyway, man, I'm in a rambly mood today. I don't know why.
It's always hard losing someone you love. I'm sorry I had to experience all.
He's already a real boy. Oh.
That's so young.
I wish Zach was still here. It doesn't feel the same anymore.
When you wish upon a star. It's poor man's PETA, or Bridge to Terabithia. Right? You guys see it too? Why is the resolution so shit? I have it on high quality. Also, shouldn't they be German and not British? Why was Pinocchio or Italian? Yeah, Stromboli, Geppetto, Pinocchio, Italian. Yeah, shouldn't they be Italian? Was Pinocchio written? I never put that together. I mean, with a name like Pinocchio, certainly wasn't written in Sweden. That's for damn sure.
Come down. There's someone here I want you to meet. I just thought you could use a friend. This could be good for the both of you. It's alive.
It's like white boys that made different from you, organs and stuff.
I want to be just like you.
I like this. This is amazing. It's probably faux stop motion, but it's really fucking good. It's scratching my fear of stop motion animation itch, and I love that.
You don't. You're way cooler than me.
Take what they have, piece by piece, to make yourself whole.
Is that supposed to be the blue fairy? I was trying to put together what the fuck the other, and why is it moving like a doll? Okay. I do like the idea too, and this is all just speculation from looking at the trailer. You know, a puppet becoming a real boy. It seems to be targeting attractive women. if that was intentional, it's good on you. It's clever.
Oh, you.
Name's Cricket. Piece by piece, we'll take everything you need to be real.
Of course, Jimmy. I don't know why I didn't think Jiminy Cricket. Is there a fish named Cleo? Jed, are you getting excited? A fish named Cleo was a looker. Let me tell you, Jed.
What the hell is he?
Pinocchio!
What's in the storm?
It looks so fucking stupid. I love it. I mean, you already had me at the you had me at the campy like effects. Stop it, movie. I'm already interested.
One hell of a glow up, kid.
I think Geppetto is hiding something.
My belief that the soul does indeed remain after death.
Call the police.
Well, I tell them what, Dudley, that a homicidal doll is on the loose?
The subject is dangerous, born evil.
I'm going to be a real boy. I'm going to be just like James.
Can't but feel like a lot of the deaths are on the victims here. And I don't want to victim blame here, but it seems like they're just really fucking clumsy.
Pinocchio!
Let's give you a smile.
Now, put in a giant killer whale. Is he a killer whale? The giant whale. And you cover all the bases. Creepy stop motion and large fuck off man-eating creatures in the water. I knew it was going to be ridiculous, and I knew it was going to be the best saved for last. I just knew it. Again, haven't seen these yet until just now. 100% the best one out of these three. Oh, God. It's going to be another one I have to do a video on, huh? I made this mistake. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll cover Steamboat Willie movies. I should do Popeye next because there's a lot of Popeye ones, too. Yeah, you might as well do Bambi, Winnie the Pooh, even though I heard that one was terrible, but maybe there'll be something to say about it. There you go. Place your bets on what the next one's going to be, right? How about... God, what was another Disney movie that was just cursed, and I never liked watching it? Oh, Fox and the Hound. Yeah, 100% Fox and the Hound. Though that's more existentially terrifying, you know, growing old, losing your friends, people changing. Yeah, that would be a bit too smart for most horror films in the genre. It's kind of a horror film that's just about growing old and things sucking more and more as you get older. That'd be a really weird horror film. Anyway, check out the comments. Top comment, Robert Englund voicing the cricket is really cool. Where do I know that name, Robert Englund? Oh, he's Freddy Krueger. Okay. Yeah, that's fun. Robert Englund. Ironically American, I think. Is he? Yeah, he's born in California. I don't know. Stupid joke. For those that don't know, this is the final Avenger of Poohverse Monsters Assemble. Yes, it's really happening. Oh my God, I completely forgot about that. I read this somewhere. Who's the other one? The final one? Wait, I was able to see Pooh 1 and 2, then Peter Pan, and I was still expecting Bambi. Didn't see it announced. Bambi is out. I just recently watched it. Stay tuned for thoughts on that one. Peter Pan. Are you kidding me? There's a Peter Pan horror film, and it's part of a universe of Disney IPs turned horror movies, like slasher. I hesitate to even say horror movies anymore. It's gore and jokes. That's what the genre has become at the very least. There's got to be a new name for it now. It's become so different from what it used to be. Actually, the Pooniverse. Wait, so is it the Pooverse or the Pooniverse? Because I like the Pooniverse better. It will be in production soon. The movie will include Pooh, Tinkerbell, Pinocchio, Bambi, and others. What the fuck? Great, I got my work cut out for me. Maybe I need to cover all those too. How are they all connected? And this person just says, unfortunately. Yeah. In a way, yeah. Insert morning wood joke here. I mean, you could go a lot of directions with that. I couldn't think of a single one. Are they going to defeat... Well, I guess if he's going to be... Well, spoilers. If Pinocchio, Pooh, and Tinkerbell, and Bambi... Wait. Yeah, Bambi doesn't even make... Never mind. I was going to say spoilers. He survives then? I was going to say they defeat Pinocchio by throwing him in a wood chipper. A la Fargo. Gotta say, this actually looks pretty sick, especially the puppet. Yeah. I like that idea, and I hope it was intentional. It wasn't just really poor CG animation. They actually wanted to make it look like it's moving in stop motion. That combined with, full 60 frames, 32 frames per second, whatever the fuck, motion, like real people moving, and then a stop motion figure moving in amongst them. I think that, I just got chills just saying it out loud. Like, that it makes it worse in some weird way when it's combined like that. It makes me think of young Sherlock Holmes, or to a lesser extent, Pee-wee's Playhouse. Not the first time someone made a Pinocchio horror movie. Yeah, it's called Pinocchio by Disney. Check it out. Not the... Oh, yeah, I forgot they made the live-action one. Man, it's hilarious how those just come and gone. I mean, I guess it's not surprising being that I'm, an adult, but it blows my mind sometimes when it's like, oh, they made a live action of that already? It's just completely flew over my head. Usually I hear about how shitty it looks, at least a couple of weeks before it comes out. Pinocchio, I heard about how shitty it was after the fact, but that even the complaints of how bad the movie was didn't last a week. It was that terrible of a movie. I saw one as a child, freaked me out. Pinocchio's Revenge, I think. The original Pinocchio book is literally a horror story. I want to read it. I'm not familiar. I read The Little Mermaid, Hans Christian Andersen. Danes represent. But what was the other one? I read a bunch of Grimm fairy tales, but I can't even remember. I know, was it Snow White? I remember. I think Rapunzel was also kind of fucked up. Doesn't like the evil hag or whatever, like blind to the prince, like takes his eyes out or something. I don't know. But yeah, reading those books, it's fascinating. Like just as a story in general, but even more so having the Disney version that you're familiar with and comparing and contrasting the two. It's fun. What if children's thing was horror? Every horror movie the past 5 years. Yeah, man, where have you been? Clearly that's the hit new thing. Actually, I say that, but most of these are probably not commercially successful. And the people who do like them are liking them just for the irony of the fact that they are horror movies based on children's entertainment. Yeah, apparently there's a Grim and Mandy episode with Pinocchio who wanted to devour flesh. I mean, that was just the Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy for you, right? So that's kind of fun. So what was Pinocchio's revenge about then? Revenge on whom? What did they do? Does he kill Stromboli and et al? The other characters in that movie? I'll admit, not to pull the childhood ruin card or anything, but even while I was a bit meh into the idea of storybooks and horror movies mixing together, What? I wouldn't be lying if I said that it's cool that they got Robert Englund to voice Cricket in this lull. Then again, I'm also curious about what would be Pooniverse movie after the stuff words. Yeah, a lot of people are just like, Robert Englund, hooray. Just put him in any horror movie and people are going to eat that shit up. And then to wrap the whole thing up, you got your typical emote Andy, we'll call them. Wow, head exploding. I love heart, Pinocchio, and the horror movie Popcorn 124, a bunch of hearts, and I don't know, scared faces, maybe? Was it? Oh, I didn't even realize she stepped on his nose. Were you hearting the panty shot? Just gonna end it right there. Yeah, thanks for watching. We covered most of the bases. We got analog horror, we got puppets horror, and you got a action movie, maybe surreal, maybe about an actual mermaid. Yeah, I covered all the bases. I'm tired. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I love you.